Hey everybody, here we are with Jeff Fournier from A Bit of the Bay here in North Bay. Jeff, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
How you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm very good.
Good. Glad to have you on, man. Listen, we go
Thank
way
you.
back.
We do.
40 years ago, Schollard Hall. I was
E-
there for a few years. You were there.
Even before
Yeah, okay.
that, Mother St. Bride's.
Mother St. Bride's, that's
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
Jerry Champagne and all the guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that
Yeah.
goes
So we go
way.
back a long ways. We go back to, that would be like 77 maybe, or
Wow. This is
somewhere
my
around there.
almost my 50th year in North Bay now. I'm
I
coming
keep
up.
telling everybody that you're so much older than me, but no, the truth comes out.
I'm 57 this summer. You must be around the same age.
I turned 57 already last month.
All
So
right, you're older than me.
I guess I am. The truth comes out, you know.
Jeff is the co-owner of A Bit of the Bay, which is a massive Facebook
Magazine. No, it's I'll just clarify right now.
Yeah.
A Bit of the Bay is my Facebook page. It's not owned by anybody except me. Last year, early last year, Dale approached me, and he thought, he wanted to get some kind of print product going. We talked about some other ideas, but the magazine idea was something we both really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's where A Bit of the Bay magazine comes in. So we're partners. We set up a company called A Bit of the Bay Productions. And we have other media, like we have a web page and we have a Facebook page for our magazine. But this page that's called just A Bit of the Bay is my personal page, and it's strictly for vintage. It's strictly vintage retro North Bay.
So interesting. I love the website or the Facebook page. It's a group. There's over 14,000 members in the group, and I just love the content that you guys post on there. I'm always wondering, where does all this content come from?
There's this huge file in my house, and I just pull it out every day. I think some people think that. It's funny, but no, I started it out myself. Like when I started it in January of 2018, I had a lot of files. I've been collecting history about North Bay and Northern Ontario, really, for many years. And I had a lot of photos. And so I started the page in January of 2018, and I started posting it. And because it's a group, people were welcome to post their own photos. So it gradually gained steam. It's been in 2 years, just over 2 years now, because it was January 2018. So we've garnered like 14,040, whatever it is, 14,049 as we speak.
That's awesome.
So the photos and all that, I do a lot of work. People don't realize the groundwork that goes into it. I'm sure you have some idea.
Yeah.
But like I'll meet with people. I'm interviewing people all the time. People call up and sometimes they'll send me scans of photos or pictures. Sometimes I have to go to their place and borrow them and scan them, which is very time consuming, but enjoyable. I meet a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
And some people just send them for posting. They send it to the Facebook page and I have to approve it. And so there's really some interesting stuff that has come out that's never been posted or published anywhere before. Some of them have been, but a lot of them haven't been. So it's very original. And I try to concentrate on the original stuff. So if people send me like watermark photos and that type of thing, every now and then I accidentally post it because on my phone, sometimes I'll miss the watermark.
Right.
Because it's such a small screen. But as soon as I get on my computer, I'll see it and say, oh, geez, I didn't mean to post that. But I try to leave, like people that have, say, web pages, historical web pages or Facebook or whatever else, I let them keep their stuff. I don't post what they post.
Gotcha.
People are welcome to share from my page. That's the beauty of it. If you see a post you like, if you saw something, about your old business, the lottery business.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it now, but
it was Luckwins at the time.
Luckwins, yeah. So like, let's say somebody sent a picture of Luckwins and I posted it, you might say, oh, that's cool. And you'll post it to your page, that kind of thing,
Right.
So that's what happens. So I just word of mouth. And I think, go ahead and ask me some questions, but I have a lot of them maybe answered in my head, but go ahead
Yeah.
and ask.
I'm scrolling through the feed this morning on Facebook, and I see a picture of Jimmy Stewart. I had
Yes.
no idea he was in North Bay.
Yeah, he came to visit like the Dion Quince, and there were a number of other people that did as well, like movie stars. Clark Gable, Amelia Earhart came. Actually, just I think it was weeks. I can't remember the exact. I think it was 6 weeks before she disappeared. She came actually to Calendar. So there's a lot of people that are like the Dion Quince was a huge thing for North Bay. And people don't always realize that. They just think, these 5 cute little girls were born and that's the end of the story kind of thing. And they were showing off and it's a terrible thing that happened. But there's a lot more to it. I mean, they were Shirley Temple, who's very popular in the 30s and 40s, even the 50s. She had quintuplet dolls. Like at one time, the Dion quintuplet dolls outsold the Shirley Temple doll for a short period of time. So they were known all over the world.
Yeah, well, the Quince put North Bay and area on the map, right? I mean,
it really did. They did. Yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of thing. Like I'm scrolling through right now too. So there's Jimmy Stewart, Cloud 2, who was killed in the line of duty.
Right.
Yeah, and then the next one actually is kind of a neat one, Rick Luan, who it's funny, a lot of people don't realize how incredible of an athlete he was. He was from North Bay. He's actually about 2 years older than we are. He skied, started at the Laurentian Ski Hill, and he was a ski racer, and he ended up rising up the ranks, and he became a professional skier. I believe he skied professionally for about 16 years. Don't quote me on the years, but for quite a while. And I think he now has a business along that lines in BC.
So where did that, post come from? Is that just you pulling it out of your scraps that you've had over time? Or?
No, this actually comes from Rick's page. I'm friends with Rick because that's an advantage I have, being that I'm from North Bay, and I used to, in my last career, I was in public relations. So I got to know a lot of people. When I was in school, I was in sports. You get to know a lot of people. And being in PR, I got to know a lot of people. So I have, my personal Facebook page is maybe 1,500 people or so. Which, I mean, I could, it's like anybody. You could have more if you want, but you try to keep it to people or
well, this is definitely your passion. I mean, you love researching. You love nostalgia, so that's awesome.
It's definitely a passion. So I think when, like Dave initially, when he saw the page and how it had been growing, and so he thought, we can do something with this, and he was recently retired from the Nugget, and he was looking for something to do. So we really, I had a lot of people saying, can you print this stuff out for me from your page? And I said, that's a lot of work. But so we decided to go with a print magazine, which is totally against the grain.
Right.
But there is a market.
Old guys like us enjoy sitting down with something in our hands. So
That's right. So, so it's been well received. I mean, we always can use more advertising, and so anybody who is interested in advertising, the one thing I will say, something like a magazine, the advantages it has over, say, a newsprint type publication is it has a very long shelf life, so to speak. Like we have many people that will tell us they're collecting all of the issues. They keep them all.
Wow.
And I've actually had people send me pictures. They're in maybe one of the coffee shops, and they have pictures of people reading it in Twigs or Good to Go. And sometimes they're older issues, they may not be that current issue. So the issues are sitting at doctors' offices and other places. So you put an ad in, it's not just kind of a one-shot deal. It could be around for 3, 4, 5 months or even longer.
Gotcha.
That's the beauty of print, you know. I
Yeah.
mean, there's definitely advantages to digital,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
But the
So
beauty of print is it can stick around for a long time.
yeah, it's coffee reading, coffee table stuff. It does have a long shelf life. So are these magazines for sale? Are they given for free? What does that look like?
A combination of both. We kind of like ideally, I mean, I'm not going to lie, if we could sell 5,000 copies for $5 a shot, that'd be
Right.
great, but we
Yeah.
can't. And we're both community minded. Like Dave is very community minded.
Oh, for sure.
And by the way, I will give him a little plug. Like he's a very hard worker.
Yeah.
He's a very hard worker, and he also is very good at what he does. He
Right.
can spit out those articles like nothing. I'm kind of the research guy. I do a lot of research. I'm a little bit slow writing the articles, but he can spit them out like and they're good, you know. But he's good. We kind of complement each other in that way.
Yeah.
But we both are very passionate, and we love the city, and we really want to see like we want the magazine to actually do something for the city. It's not just like we're not just putting it out like let's hopefully make a killing on this and then
Yeah.
run away kind of thing. No, like we want to do something for the city. Like we think we're actually pushing the city with this magazine. You know,
Great.
like it's mostly good news. I mean, there's some things that when you look back in history, you might say, geez, I wish things were like that again.
Mhm.
But it makes you think, you know, we do want to provoke people into thinking a little bit, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But it's very much to plug North Bay and to show what we were and what we are and what we can be. So the magazine, that's what it is. We're more looking at that, what we were, what we are, what we could be. Whereas the page, the Facebook page is looking at what we were.
And in the magazine, there's places for advertising. So anybody that's
Yeah.
watching this video, if they want to get, you know, their ads in front of this target market, just to reach out to yourself or Dave and you know, try an ad series and see what happens.
Yeah, like we have a web page. It's quite easy to remember. It's a bit of the bay, one word, altogether.ca,
Yeah.
or subscribe at a bit of the bay.ca, or our names at the beginning at a bit of the bay.ca will get to us. And
Okay.
Gary Davison is actually our ad sales guy. So we tend to direct everybody to him and let him take care of that. End
Awesome
of it.
in sales, that guy. He's
Yeah,
awesome. He's a machine.
he's good. He's very good. He's, you know, best that I know of, unless you come up with somebody else. But
He's not bad on guitar either.
Pardon me?
He's not bad on the guitar either.
No, he's pretty good. I think his daughter is starting to show him up a little bit on the singing, though.
I've seen
But,
that. Yeah.
you know, hey, you know, what the heck? He tries hard, eh?
Absolutely.
No, he's very good. He's very talented. But yeah, he does our ad sales. We'll do the odd one just if somebody approaches us and kind of wants to take care of it right here and there, we'll take care of it. But other than that, Gary is the one who solicits for the advertisements.
Awesome.
So it's easy to get a hold of us. If somebody messaged me personally, I mean, I'd give them that email, et cetera, you know.
So if we talk a little bit about the Facebook page, what has been one of the most unique pieces of content that really stands out in your mind? Does anything come to your mind?
There's an interesting phenomena. Some of the most popular posts are about food.
Of course.
Yeah, so Ted's Snack Bar, Greco's Pizza, DeMarco's, you know, all of that stuff it's very popular. Eddie's Bakery, incredibly popular. Like some of those posts have 8,000 or 9,000 views.
Wow.
You know, most of them do. That the ones I named, they all have 8,000 or 9,000 views, and some of them have 500-600 likes, you know, and comments.
Yeah. Do you remember Jay Greco back at Mother St.
Yes, I remember Jay. Yeah.
His parents owned it, and he had pizza parties in class.
I remember that well.
Super, just a super guy.
Yeah. So it's kind of like being from North Bay. So much to me is reminiscent. I mean, some of the older pictures that are 100 years old. I mean, I wasn't here. I don't.
Yeah.
I recognize the buildings because I've researched them, but some of the buildings aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
And but that's really interesting too, seeing what was there before, like even in the recent past. Like I used to work at Loblaws downtown, and it's now Canada Trust. You know, like they tore down Loblaws, and now Canada Trust, or well, it's TD actually now,
Yeah.
Toronto Dominion. But you know, there's the recent history, and then there's long ago history, like the New Ontario Brewery, the original New Ontario Brewery, which is long gone.
Right.
You know, or the refinery, the Montreal refining company that owned a refinery on Trout Lake.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is a mixed blessing that it's not there anymore. From the point of view of the economics, may be good for the city, but that's our drinking water. So
Yeah,
maybe
true
it's
enough.
good that it failed.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh man, this is interesting. Listen, I thank you so much for taking the time to come on this morning.
You're welcome.
I love both the magazine and the Facebook page. So keep it up. I think you guys are doing an incredible job, and I thank you for coming on, Jeff.
Thank you for having me. And just one last thing is we're always, interested in writers for the magazine, and
Okay.
old photos if you have any. And of course, advertising for a magazine. I mean, we do have to pay the bills. So we do appreciate the advertisers, and it does have a really long shelf life. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll talk again soon.
Okay. Bye now.
Okay. Bye-bye.